Hello everyone. So today I'm going to start how to run code operation in Java. So let's start it. Recording. Okay, it's going to activate. Okay, no shutdown. Okay. So let's start it. Okay. So first of all, you have to open our Eclipse IDE for running our project. So our Eclipse IDE cancel. Eclipse IDE already running. Sorry. So here you can see you have to click here new and so let's create spring starter project. Okay, you have to give name of project. So for example, I will give spring uh, data CURD. Okay, so we are performing the CURD operation in Spring Boot. So that's why we are giving this name. You have to choose a maven and click on next. After that, you have to click here or add two dependency. That dependency called as a spring dev tool and spring web. After clicking these two dependencies, just click on finish, and here you can see our project is building and our project is successfully built. So let's check. Our project is spring data code. Here you can see our project is created. So first of all, click our project, and first step you have to come here form.xml and open it as a text file. Open with text editor, and you have to change this version of parent is 2.7.1, and after that you have to load one dependency. That dependency nomcat name as a tomcat jasper. Enter, and here you can see the dependency. You have to choose the version of 9.0.64. So let's do it 9.0.64. Here you can see the version. Make sure you choose this version, otherwise you will face error in this project. Paste here, control S, save here, and after that you have to come here src main, and this src main you have to create one folder. That folder called is web app, and in this web app you have to create one more folder. That folder called is pages, and in these pages you can create a multiple JSP file. First of all, we just creating one JSP file. So search JSP file, and for example, we will be creating reg means register.jsp reg.jsp. Okay, so click on finish, and after finish, you can see here our JSP file is ready. So we'll be giving the name of registration form. And after that we will just write here a sample words welcome. Just probably be checking this page is successfully load or not. After that you have to come here src, and this src main Java there is one package pom.xml.demo, pom.example.demo. You have to right click here, create a class, and this class we name the controller, and controller of for example demo, like for example demo controller YouTube controller video, for example controller video. Okay, let's click on finish, and you should know this. You have to mention here controller annotation for declare this class as a controller. So create here user defined method. So public string, for example one. This is method name. In this we have create mapping of this register page. So for example here you can see request mapping. In this request mapping we create in default mapping, and return uh, reg. This is the process of creating mapping of any type of JSP page. After this project process, you have to come here src main resource, and this src main resource there is a one file you can call this file application property. Then in this application property you have to write prefix and suffix of this project for loading this register file. So here we can write it. So spring dot mvc dot view dot prefix, you can see it here, prefix, and in this writing pages, that is our folder name, and another one spring mvc dot view dot suffix. In this we were writing dot jsp. This is our which type of file which is, this is a type of that JSP, and which in this folder, in which folder this file is located, this is a path. So just we checking out page is loading or not. So for that we have to come here spring data CURD application. This is a default file come with when you create our project. So click on run as Java application. Just wait, our project is running, and here you can see our project is successfully run. So my localhost code is localhost 8080. So here you can see our page is successfully loaded. After that we just putting here one just sample registration form we have already have from, we taken this from ChatGPT. So copy here and paste it to your register page. Okay, just be checking your registration page is loading or not. Just refresh it because our project is already running in background. So here you can see our page is successfully loaded here. So after that you have to change certain things from here. For example, we don't need the ID here, so we need name, so we change that to name is equal to name, name is equal to email. And for example, here you can see the text area, so we remove this text area because we don't need it. We just take in two fields here, one is name and email, and one is ID, which is not we will put here. It will I will provide auto increment to the ID, so we don't need that. Okay, so let's refresh it. So here you can see we have two fields, name and email. Okay, so we have the first step of CRUD operation is put data into database. So that step we are going to do. So for that we have first step is come into the form.xml. In this form.xml we have to load two dependencies. The dependency name is for example, if you're using PostgreSQL, so you need to deposit their Postgres dependency. For example, Postgres jdbc driver. So we using this. So for that we taken Postgres jdbc driver from here. Just copy. Version doesn't matter because we have to delete that version from here or remove from here, because this parent automatically let's stop this, because this parent automatically match the suitable version itself for them. So we don't need to add on the version here. And another is a spring data. Just click and spring boot starter data JPA. This is full name of this dependency. Just click on here. This dependency have all of the hibernate methods that we need in this project, because we won't use jdbc here. We using hibernate method to save data, get data, find data. So for that we will using this spring framework boot dependency. That's full name is a spring boot starter.jpa. So let's remove the version from here. We only need the version of this dependency, that dependency name as a Tomcat Jasper. We otherwise we don't need any type of dependency version here, because project is automatically add the suitable version for itself. So here you can check, see here the process is running here. Okay, okay, so process is done, and you can see all process is done here. Another step of means next step of it is to load connectivity code. So for that we already have that code in this file. I will provide this code in for example in a description. So for that I have in this Spring Boot data and Spring Boot INC files, and here you can see database connectivity code. This is my database connectivity code. I just simply copy from here, and you have to post all connectivity code here, application properties file. Here you can see your driver name, and your for example if you using XAMPP, so you have to put your XAMPP name on XAMPP port number. So I am using Postgres, so that's why I am putting here my uh, for example my SQL driver. So that's why, and this is the name of your, for example your username of that SQL database, and here you can see my password, and this all related information of database connectivity. So next step is that you have to simply come on the form.example or demo, and you have to create here one entity class. That is entity class we will creating for creating tables and declare variables. So example YouTube. Okay, for example video, we will take in the class name is video. Simply click on finish, and mention add annotation of this class is entity. Why we add entity? Because after we adding the entity in this class, the table is created by this name. For example, if our class name is video, the table name is created by name of video. If class name is for example student, so table name is created by student name. So that's why the main function of entity is to create table and declare as entity. Okay, another is a declare just variable here. So private int id, one variable, private string name. Just remember one thing, this variable's name and this variable name in this register.jsp must be same for putting our data into database. So you must remember that the private string email. After that you have to provide id annotation to our id, because id annotation used for primary key. You know the concept of primary key, otherwise you can search on YouTube. And another annotation is for auto incrementation for that generated value, and in this strategy it's equal to generation type, and the generation type should be auto. This annotation used for auto increment. So our main task in this entity class is almost finished. Just double click on this file, and after that just click on source, and after that click on generate getter and setter. Select all and generate. After that we all work finished in this file, so you can close it. Our another work is now started. So for getting data into this form, to controller, and to controller to DAO file, we just need one interface to declare this method, and after that this method will work in DAO file. So for that we need one interface here, and that interface you can call, for example, video services service. So basically it will call as a service because we will declare method here, and you should know that we can declare only method here, not a method body. So that's why we will only declare here method. So for example, y data enter, and in this we have to create the object of this class. For example, our class name is a video and v1. You have to create object of your class, and after that you have to come your controller and create the object of your video services. This is called as interface, and that interface we need to declare our method, and that method we call from controller, and this, if we call this from controller, it will goes to DAO file and execute our program. So first step in this, you have to create here, sorry, our spelling here, you can see a spelling mistake. So okay, we will creating the object video services vs and give the annotation of this auto wire. This auto wire is used for loading dependency injection in these video services or entire program. So let's do create another method public string to, and in this you have to give annotation post mapping. This post mapping is used for putting data into database. So in this we have to mention the action name, that is RAM. We will giving here, for example, our registration form. Here you can see the form. Here you can see they will not provide the action name, so we'll give here RAM, and method is post. Okay, so all thing is done, and controller, let's see what is there here. Okay, there is, we will forget to give return type. After that we have to create a DAO file. Just click on package, double click on package, new class, and DAO video. And before clicking on finish, you have to add the interface we creating, that name called is video service. Just click on add video service, just click on here, okay, and add it. After that just put them out here and add unimplement method of that method. And first thing you have to do here, just give the annotation of service because it provides the service of this method. So that's why we have to compulsory provide a service annotation. And second thing is we have to create one more interface here that extend all the methods and properties of Hibernate. So that's why we need this interface. So we will call its interface as a repository. So we'll call it repo video. Just click on enter, and this extends the JPA repository. So extends JPA repo, and here you have to mention your class name. Our class name is video, and the first variable of your class, first variable wrapper class you have to mention here. So our first variable is ID. So we have to mention your integer. You must remember that you have to mention here your last name, and first variable wrapper class you have to mention here. After that just come on DAO video, and here you have to create the object of this repo video, because we need the all the method of Hibernate. So we have to just create here this repo video object, so we can access all the method of Hibernate. So that's why we're creating a repo video RP, for example, RP, and we have to put here annotation of auto wire. Don't miss any type of annotation, otherwise you will face error in your program. So rp dot save, you can see here all the methods of Hibernate is come here because of these implementations or this repo video object. So rp dot, for example, we have to put data into database, so we call the save method s1 dot save. Okay, so temporary we will not putting anything here. We have to come the controller and just call that method. That method name is vs dot data enter, and in this null we have to mention here, because before mentioning anything we have to create a model attribute. All of the data of the form of HTML first come to the model attribute, and after that it will pass to the this method, and this method called by DAO file. So C1, and here you have to mention a class name. This class name is video, and here this object you have to pass your model attribute, and this C1 you have to pass here in this method. In the DAO file we will delete this and again create unimplemented method. So again we will create unimplemented method, and after that rp.save, and in this we will mention v1. So what is the process of this? First of all, your data come here in model attribute c1, and in this c1 we declare the method. That method is present in where is that method is present in services here, you can see, and by this way it will call from controller, and by call by controller it is come here because we implement the class of video services, and that's why we call the rp.save. Let's check the our project again, and here you can see again dependency of connectivity. This is my database name, this is my port number, this is my database. For example, if you're using XAMPP, so you have to mention here for example MySQL, or if you're using Oracle, so you have to mention according to that. Here is my password, and okay, all things is completed, and just relaunch our project. I am just relaunching it. Okay, our project is successfully run. Just click on here, and you can see here our item of the refresh it. Okay, so my name is for example Gaurav, and email address is for example Gaurav party gr13@gmail.com. Just click on register. So you can check here our data is successfully going to the our SQL. Just check on here our data is coming or not. Our database name is spring. Where is that? Oh, just a minute. Spring Hibernate. This is our database name. Just click on tables, and here you can see our table is successfully created, and in this table just check our data is come or not. So we all rows. Here you can see our data is successfully completed. This key integer is our primary key. This primary key includes all of the tables. For example, if you're creating a table name called is admin, so if you admin, there is a 10 rows, So 10 rows ID is for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that there is a table called as admin01. So this primary key start from 11. So that's why our primary key is coming 50, because we have already lots of table in this database. So our first task is successfully completed, that data coming into the database. So our second task is show all data into the website, or this is called as a display. So let's start it. So for that we have to create mapping of another project. Before that we will stop our project here and come to the controller. So first step is to the create a method into a service file. So where is your service file? Video service. So in this we have to create a method in the format of list, because all data we have to display all the method data. This all data not possible show into one single unit. So for that we have to need a list. So for that we will taking list to showing all of data. So for that we have taken here list, and this list we mention about class name, that class name is a video, and in this we have to give a certain name of this method, for example display data, and in this just put a semicolon, and this method call from controller. So for that we need another mapping. Okay, public string 3, and in this just click the mapping of this dashboard page, request mapping double bracket double for example dash. Okay, and return double dash. So here we will create the mapping of dash page. So for that we have to create the page into the pages folder, that which now called as a JSP file dash dot JSP. Okay, in this dash.jsp we will just simply put something, for example welcome to dashboard. Okay, and in this we have to just add that method we will put here into the controller. So just click on, just put the mouse on DAO video and add implement method, and here you have to put rep in this return, because we will returning some value from here. So return rp, which is the object of our repo video, rp dot find all. Find all is a method we use for selecting all of data. In this jdbc will is in that select star from table name this. So that's why we will showing all the data into dash file. So our task in DAO file is completed. Now come to the controller file. In this controller file we have to add this method. That method call is vs dot display data, and in this for getting data into a variable, and this variable pass to the our dashboard. So for that we need one method here. That method called is a model map. So model map is basically used for transferring data into one value to another value. Model map, we will just creating the object of model map and there is this model map have a method. That method called is add attribute, and in this we just passing key and values. So kk is the key and value is, so we have to create a value, for example list, and here we will pass our class name vs li. So we have to create here a list object, and in this list objects all of the properties of, for example I will explain you. First of all we will create the mapping of dash. In dash we will creating we will first of all we will creating this method, and in this method we will creating the mapping of dash. In the dash we will call the display data method which is already present in our services interface. In this services interface this method is called, and this method is created in a DAO video file. In this DAO video file we will call the method of find all, means all of the data of table it will return from here to the controller, and controller by using model map we will adding that data into kk, and this and by the using of this kk we will show all data into dashboard. Just so this is our next step. So for that we will paste it here now, but now we will pasting a redirect colon slash dash. So redirect basically used for showing all of the data. If you want to just redirect one page to another page, you have just clear right here dash or dash. If you want to show all the data or redirect all the data into one file to another file, so for in on that time you have to simply put here redirect colon slash dash. Okay, so in this dash we need table for showing data. So table we will just take from ChatGPT. So I will give the command of ChatGPT. Give me HTML. Sorry, I will give a bootstrap table that include um, column column name as ID, name, and email, and another one is action with one row. Okay, so it will be providing us one HTML table format. It will show our save a lot of time. So by writing of all of the code manually, we will just using the template of ChatGPT. So here you can see I will paste all of the code of our table, and here you have for the loading all of the data you need loop here, and for that you have to mention here. So before doing anything you need to add two tag leaves here for showing this page or showing this all of data. This is pasted here on the top side of the page, and here you can declare the variable of c. If you declare any variable, for example a b c d, so in this for loop you have to mention that. So we will already get as a c. So after before your tr must remember, before your tr you have to mention a for loop c colon for each items means all the data stored in that item, for example kk, and in this data from kk we will putting our var that's called as, for example e, and let's close this for each after tr, not tkt. Okay, this for is successfully closed, and after that one by one you just need to add all of the column here. So that method is dollar e dot ID. Just copy from here. Just remove it and paste. E dot name. This is our second column name. And last one is E dot name. Oh, sorry, email. Email. And for doing action of edit and delete, we will just adding anchor tag here. We will remove this. For example, href is equal to blank edit, and another one is delete. So you can see here we will add a tag lips, and after that we will just add, for example, we just have to remove this all from here. Okay, doc type. Okay, remove this. Okay, you can see we will just add for loop, and in this for loop all data coming from kk, and this data converted into e, and by that e will put all data into our table section. And now just simply check our data is successfully show or not. So for that, just relaunch our project. Our project is successfully relaunched. Just check here. Okay, so let's start it. We will claim our localhost. Okay, we will just putting our random name, for example, Manish, and Manish @gmail.com. Just put on enter, and you can see here we will face some error. Just check it on compiler. Which type of error is it? Dashboard is okay. There is no error in dashboard, for example. Just remove it. Everything is okay. What the error? Just click on here. Internal server error. Tag library. Display showing it in tag library, but everything is okay. Just click on here. Just remove it and paste it again. See for each items. Okay, everything is okay. It will. Okay. We just remember that. Okay. So don't do these mistakes. Okay. So for loading our pages, for example, we have to redirect from register to dash. We just need one more dependency. That dependency called is a GSTL dependency. So for that, search here GSTL. And in this GSTL, we have to choose the version of 23 2011. Just click on here. Just choose any version. Copy from here. Come to the pom.xml and paste here. Just remove the version, save, and just relaunch our project. So our project is automatically relaunched. What is there in it? Okay, project is automatically relaunched. Okay, so just refresh it. Where is the folder? Okay, just put random data again. For example, Ganesh, and Ganesh @gmail.com. Register. You can see here cannot be resolved XML jar file. What is there? form.xml. So just relaunch the project. Controller. Red dash. Everything is okay. So what is the error? So you have to concentrate here because every step is important. So here you can see our data is successfully show here. So what is the error? There is no error. We just relaunched our project again, and our error, you can call it error, but it is not error. We will just forget to add our GSTL file, and that's why it will showing us error. So first we will, so our second step is also completed, that is displaying all the data. Our third step is the delete. If we click on delete, this row is automatically deleted from here. So for that, come to the again our compiler and create a method of delete into service, video service. Okay, just come here and write the method of, for example, just stop the project and void delete, and in this we have to pass the id because we delete by from the id. So in this, come to a dashboard and we have to pass anchor tag id. So here we will call first of all we will create the method of delete, and in this delete method we will pass the id from here. So because of that, it will come id from here. For after the clicking on delete, it will pass the id from one page to another. For example, I will showing here, just relaunch the project. Okay, I'm relaunching the project. Okay, our project is running, so I will just show you how it is working. So after clicking on delete, oh, just wait a minute. Okay, we will, okay, we will fix that. Delete and edit. Okay, refresh it, and here you can see it will pass the id. If you for example, if I click on 51 and after clicking on delete, you can see here it will pass the id. So by this way it delete the specific id. So that's the reason we'll pass id here. Okay, after the passing id here, just call this method from controller. So for calling this method, we just have to create one more mapping. So we will create it. First of all, we stop this project. So public string, for example, 4, and in this 4 we have to mention annotation of path variable. So basically path variable we use when we have to perform certain operation by id. In this time we will use the path variable annotation, and after that we have to mention here when we will post data into database, we will be using the post mapping annotation, and after we will getting anything from, for example, id, from example name, we will use the get mapping annotation. So by get id annotation, we will mention the name of that mapping. So for example, our mapping name is delete, and in this delete we will pass the id that come from dashboard. That in that dashboard we will pass the id eid, and the eid we will get in the controller, and in this controller we call the method, for example, vs.delete, and in this we will pass this id, we will pass here, and this method have a return. After the deletion, it will return to our dashboard again. So we'll write here redirect colon slash dashboard dash. Okay, just go to the semicolon. Okay, and then go to the DAO file for implement this method. So click on unimplement method. After that, just simply write the method return return rp dot get delete by id. So in this, just mention the id. Just remove return from here because void not written anything. So this method is successfully executed from here. And what is the flow of this method? First of all, we declare the method here in video services. Here you can see void delete and we pass the id here. After that, we declare this method in controller, and by it is called from controller. It execute here in a DAO file, and after executing this process, it will return to the our dashboard again. So we relaunch our project and let's see our delete function is successfully running or working or not. Just see that. Okay, just refresh it. For example, no, we refresh from starting. Okay, for example, we write here, for example, Puneet superstar. Okay, so Puneet superstar at gmail.com. Okay, at the rate. So we just need to delete this. So just click on delete, and you can see here our record is successfully deleted. So again we will click on Ganesh. So just delete. You can see that our record is successfully deleted. So our third task is also completed. That is delete. Okay, so our one task is left. So let's do that. So now we will do our third task, which is edit and update. Okay, so our delete task is successfully done. So come to the our compiler, and in this compiler come to service, then create one more method here. That method name is first we have to stop the project, and then we won't want all of the data now. So our task next is we will have to display one id. For example, if we create click on edit, we will show data in form format, and in this form format we will change the data, and after changing the data we will, after clicking on update button, our data gets successfully updated. So for that, our next step is we have to click create a update the edit form, and this edit form we have to show one data, only single data, and data which type of data, that data come from id. Data come from it. For example, we have click on this id, this only one single data we will show in our edit form section. So that for that we will come to our dashboard section, and in this dashboard section we will create mapping of edit slash, just copy eid from here and paste it here. So after that we will clicking here, just refresh. Okay, we will shut down our server. So let's, we will check it later. Okay, we pass id from here and just making object of our class, because we want only single data in here. So our class name is video, and in this video we will pass int id. Okay, why show never return? Okay, similar like a delete. So let's video, and we will have to write a method name, for example edit data. Okay, the name is okay, and in this controller we have to create one more method, for example public string 5, and here just like delete get maybe because we will be getting id from there, and here edit slash id because we will get id from dashboard, and here we have to return edit because we have to show data into edit JSP page. So for that we have to create a edit page here in pages folder, new files JSP, and here we will create folder edit.jsp, and this edit page we will simply copy the registration form from here. Okay, just we will do some certain changes in there. For example, we have to add tag lib for showing all details, and change the heading registration form edit section. Okay, and everything is okay. We will come here after controller process, and we mention in this service section. Okay, in video services we mention the video and this method called by from controller. So let's call the method vs dot edit data, and in this we have to pass the id by path variable annotation int id. Okay, let's pass the id here in this method just like a parameter. Okay, just go to the DAO file for execute this, and just click on unimplement method, and here you can see our method is successfully created. And here we just want to return rp dot get by id. Get by id returns only one single id from here, and this id return to controller, and this id we will get into one variable. So for that we will need model map, and this model map object we will add first we will add this method into one our class variable. For example, our class name is video. For example, v is equal to vs dot edit data, and in that v value we will add by using model map into one variable. So for example mm dot add attribute, and in this kk comma v. So all of the data of v is now added into kk. So let's come to the edit section or edit file. So we will use for loop for showing all data of this. For example, we have lots of data, so we use for loop for showing all of data, but now we have only one individual data, so we don't need for loop here. We will directly put value here. So for that we will just need one more section here, id, for further using update section. Here we don't want to show id to user or any admin. We will just change the name is equal to id, and we don't need a placeholder here because we show data from database. So we need a value here. Value is equal to dollar curly braces e dot sorry kk dot id. Why we use kk? Because all of the data store in controller, and this data controller store into kk, so we directly use kk here because we only want one data. If we want multiple data, so we use for each, and items we convert into var, and the var put on here. So again we will copy this value. Okay, we're copying it, delete this placeholder, and paste here kk dot name. Sorry. And here same as it is, email. We just want to add tag libs here. So for we click on files, copy and paste here on about section. Okay, so all process is done. Just check one more time in controller. Okay, everything is good. So let's rerun the project. Project is successfully run, and let's check. So we start from starting here. Okay, we just want to enter here, for example, Bhupender Jogi, Bhupender Jogi at gmail.com. Register. So we want to edit Bhupender Jogi. So you can see here all of data of Bhupender Jogi is came here. Just like that, all of data of Gaurav come here. So we simply change the data. Here you can see we will also show the ID. So we have to change the type of ID is hidden. Okay, so text, the type of this is text, so we change is hidden. So let's check one more time, is this working or not. It's not working. Okay, you can see here now we will actually do the spelling mistake here. So you can now check that ID is not shown to the user. So that's why we will change our details and our name here. So next process is, after clicking that this button, all of the changes done, and we redirect into dashboard page. So for that we have to change here registration page into update details, and we have to provide another form action here, for example sham, and we have to mention slash before the sham because sometimes we won't get the mapping of this, so that's why we have to put sham here. Check one more time details, and this after that we have to, so we already created a method here in service section. Where is service section? Here is, we already created a method called as a data enter. So we directly use this method so for putting data again into the form, or you can call it update into the form. So for that we have to come into the controller, and this controller we have to create one more method, for example public string 6. First of all we have to stop this controller 6, and we have not now use we have to post meme because we're posting data into form in by form in database. So our name is Sham, form action name is Sham, and in this we have to create the object of class for reuse the this method. Yes, data enter method. So for that we have to choose the, okay, what happening here. Okay, our class name is video. For example vi is equal to new video, and in this vi we have to set it. Before that we have to add a model attribute here. Model attribute c1 double quote c1 class name video, and again c1. This is compulsory method to adding this, and after that we have to set column name to be, for example, vi dot set int id, and after that we have to get c1 dot get id into c1. Same process do again by name type vi dot set name and c1 dot get name. So we set all the value to the vi dot vi dot okay, what is the error it is, maybe okay, vi dot set email and c1 dot get email. Okay, so we set all of the column into the vi, and after that we just call to this method. That method name is data enter, and this data enter, for example our object is vs dot data enter here, and the data enter we have to pass vi. In this vi we pass all of the column set and get, and again we have to mention here return redirect, means it will redirect all of the information we did and redirect to dashboard, redirect colon slash dash. Okay, after that we are all process is done. We don't have to write anything in stuff file again, because we already have this that method into our DAO file, so we won't need this method because we already have data enter method here. And services, where is services, here is the same method in the data enter, so we don't need to type another method here. So that's why we reuse this method, and for using it again and again we create the object of class, and in this class we are set and get the value into the v and passing this v into this method. So let's run the project. Let's hope project will work. Okay, so project will run successfully. Let's run it. So I am passing here name, the name college, for example any main character I am thinking Hindustani. Oh, Hindustani Bhavu. Hindustani Bhavu @gmail.com. Register here, and if I want to change this into another, for example Jagdish Bhagat, into this one, Jagdish Bhagat @gmail.com. Let's hope it will work. Okay, here you can check Gaurav Patil, and Gaurav Patil @gmail.com is successful to change it to Jagdish Bhagat and Jagdish Bhagat @gmail.com. So here you can see that our all of the CURD operation is completed here in this Spring Boot project. So I am stopping this video right now. So apologize for some of my mistakes here, and if you don't understand once, I will again upload some video again and again in the channel. So if I doing some mistakes and if you don't understand anything, please write in comment section and suggest me. If you want to give me some suggestion or advice, please comment on the video section. And if you don't understand it, I will again made one or two video on CURD operation in Spring Boot and Maven as well as, so that time you can definitely uh, understand the CURD operation if you don't understand from this video. But I hope you can understand it because I am explain in very simple way, and I'm also doing some mistakes here, so you can learn from here what mistake you should avoid here from for doing your project. So thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you.